Hello everyone, Mark again here with the third week of the JROCK News Weekly Roundup, week 14. From now on, we've decided we'll be regularly uploading on Tuesday. That's when the JROCK News Weekly Roundup will go up, and it'll be covering news from the Monday to Sunday of the week before. Also, regarding some of the comments we've gotten on the last two videos, I just want to say thank you for putting them there at all. We appreciate all the feedback and even things like pronunciation of band names. We got a few people correcting, which is great. If you ever hear me say anything that's a bit off, please let me know, but also have a bit of forgiveness just to understand that it's difficult for me to know how to say everything right, even if it's a band that I've listened to a bit myself. Without any further ado, let's get started, as we've got a lot of news to cover this week. First up, More, who just released a mini-album on March 16th titled Paradigma, have announced their first anniversary show, which will be on June 26th. And in addition to this, they're looking to recruit a roadie for one of their upcoming tours. The main stipulation is that you have to be 18 plus and ready to dedicate a lot of time for it. If you're interested, you should check out the details on their Japanese site. Next up, Kiyoharu has released his new album SOLOIST on March 30th. Just before it's released, a preview for the song Moment was put out, as well as some tracklist information. The bonus DVD will include 5 full music videos, as well as 4 music video spots. Moving forward, Sukekiyo have announced their first single, ANIMA. A lot of people are hyped about this project, as it's most notably known as the side work of Duran Gray's vocalist Kyo. The single will come out sometime in April, although we don't have an exact date yet. It'll be live distribution only, but you can also get it directly through Kyo's official site. Next, the band Sim have released a fun music video for the song Make Me Dead, where they all turn into zombies. And their best album, The Beautiful People, will be coming out on April 6th. In other news, Tricot, the female sort of mathy trio, have announced their second EP. It will have 5 songs, be titled Kabuku, and come out on April 27th. Next up, T.M.Revolution are commemorating their 20th anniversary by establishing the company Toppu Ltd. Toppu translates to gust of wind, and there's a lot of intriguing imagery and information they've put out on this, though I think a lot of people aren't still entirely sure what it is. They announced it on April 1st, but they've reassured everyone that it is not an April Fool's joke. Moving forward, Super BEAVER are celebrating their 10th anniversary, and they just put out the single Kiyoharu. It was released on March 23rd, and it's the third of a 3-set consecutive month single release that they're doing in promotion of their 10th anniversary celebrations. The music video for Kiyoharu is now on their YouTube, and you can see it there alongside the other 2 videos from the previous single. Next up, Yoshiki, again news from the drummer of X Japan, just auctioned off his signature drum kit for charity. It sold for over 6 million yen, and the proceeds are going to the Japanese Tsunami and Earthquake Relief Fund in honor of the 5th anniversary of the Great Japan Earthquake and Tsunami. Moving on, Screw released their best of album Brilliant on March 30th. It includes 24 songs on the regular edition, 62 songs on the limited edition, and a premium edition which includes the 62 songs plus a music video on a DVD. In addition, the third disc of the limited and premium editions includes some re-recorded songs on the third disc. Fest Vancouver are set to release a best album, appropriately titled Best Vancouver, on April 27th. It will contain 14 to 15 tracks depending on the edition, and a preview video is up now. Next up, Ryohei from Megamaso is forming a new band. They'll be called Migi Mimi Sleep Tight, and their first live will be on May 1st. They've announced 2 live distribution singles, one called Migi Mimi, which will have 3 songs, and another called Akira Keiko, which will have 1 track. You can find previews for all the songs on their new official website. Next, Asagi from D has a new solo project release coming out. It is titled 7th Sense / Shikabane no Oja / Amupusai, and it will be out on April 27th. I think this is exciting news for fans of Asagi, as his last solo-related release, Cornervis, was almost 10 years ago now. Next up, Div have released a new mini-album, EDR Tokyo, which came out on March 16th, kind of expressing a different direction from some of the band's earlier works. Develops One Faculties are set to release a new single, Seijyo Toa, which will come out on April 27th and have 3 tracks. Next up, Jiluka have a new single, Phage. It will be released on April 20th in 1 edition, which contains 2 tracks and 3 music videos on a DVD. Baroque have announced a new domestic tour titled Girl So Sweet, Girl So Brave. For followers of the band, this is hopefully an indication that there may be some sort of new release coming out. In other news, Diora, if I'm saying that correctly, released a new single, Enigma, on March 30th. Kind of revisiting something we talked about last week, Far East Design have put out a 360-degree music video for their song Inhale, which came out on March 23rd. They did this before with their last single, Cry My Name from Light. They uploaded a full sort of VR 360 interactive YouTube clip. Unite have released their single Jupiter, and they put out a music video for it as well recently. It has some kind of endearing themes of just sort of a quaint camaraderie between the members. Moving on, the Black Swan have announced a full album release. This is their first album, and it will be titled Ausia, released on April 27th. Next up, Sugizo and Inoran have announced a music battle event between the two musicians. It's called Bout L2/5. These respected musicians of X Japan and Lunacy will be hosting the show on June 9th at Alaska Blitz. Moving on, I Promised Once have announced a European tour. This is a six-piece formed of German and Japanese members that are known to fuse metal and electronica. In the month of June, they'll be visiting Germany, Poland, Czech Republic, and Austria. Next up, I will be releasing a solo album, Confusion, on April 20th. This is the solo project of Death Gaze's I, and there's been a 23-minute digest preview video posted up, so you can listen to almost half the album. Very different direction from Death Gaze, but definitely something to check out if you're curious. Next, FaZe are set to release their second mini-album, Futsukago no Sayonara, on May 11th. In addition to this, they released a music video for With You, their third single. Moving on, Ouroboros have announced a second release, Zodiac. This is a 7-track mini-album that will be coming out on April 20th. They've put a preview video up, as well as a full video for Black Swallowtail. Now we'll be heading into our main stories for this week's episode. First up is regarding Golden Bomber's new single, which will be coming out on April 27th, titled Mizu Shobai o Yomete Kurenai Ka. They released a music video for this song, and in the usual Golden Bomber style, it's quite intriguing. The story centers around a main character who feels uncomfortable with the relationship with his girlfriend because of the way she's become distant with her late-night leisure activities. Our second main story is again regarding T.M.Revolution. Namely, T.M.Revolution's Nishikawa Takanori is collaborating with AOA, Ace of Angels, on the song Ai o Chodai. The collaboration is with the Korean girl group AOA, and it's stylized that it's AOA featuring T.M.Revolution, although the song is sung in Japanese. The music video is out now, and the release will come out on April 20th. And finally, a bit of unfortunate news, but has a happy ending. Nightmare have suddenly announced they'll be going on hiatus. Due to Yomi's vocal dysphonia, they're gonna have to take a break. The decision is made both to ensure that Yomi's voice heals fully, but also that the other members can have some time to relax and remuster up their energy so that they can continue for a long time after. As they've stated, they're still adamant on reaching their goal of reaching the 20th anniversary, which would be 2021 or 2022. And that's been all of our stories this week. Before you go, I've got a few things I want to mention of other little things that I didn't talk about fully that we mentioned on the site. There was a Visual-kei makeup tutorial posted, an article by Edo on how to headbang safely. There was also a April Fool's prank by the JROCK News staff, forming a fake band called ZexZ. There's a preview single video up if you want to see it. We also did a new Discover J-Rock Bands post regarding Rokudama Karta, Toki no Tiko, and Digit. There was also an article on Miyavi designing some new shoes. And finally, per usual, we posted the April 2016 release schedule. Thank you guys for sticking around throughout this episode. This has been the JROCK News Weekly Roundup, your way to get caught up with all the recent news, as posted on jrocknews.com. Until next time, I'll see you guys later.